I want to talk about the new fascist government being built in Italy and how we can't trust fascists, whether they're here in America, in the Republican Party, or in Italy.
In the birthplace of the Renaissance, today Italians woke up to a new political era and a new untested leader.
We on the right know exactly who we are and what we stand for.
But Giorgia Meloni is unabashedly nationalist and proudly populist.
The sovereignty of our nation is under attack. The prosperity and well-being of our family is under attack. The education of our children is under attack.
She will lead Italy's farthest right coalition in 80 years, with firebrand Matteo Salvini, the former interior minister and leader of the Eurosceptic nationalist party League, and three-time former prime minister, 85-year-old Silvio Berlusconi.
Sono una donna, sono una madre.
Meloni's rise has come quickly, and has long said she found a new family as a teenager in the neo-fascist Italian social movement. It was created by supporters of dictator Benito Mussolini. Its logo, the flame, is part of Meloni's own logo today. And almost exactly 100 years after Mussolini's march on Rome brought him to power, Italy's future leader once praised Mussolini on French TV.
I think Mussolini was a good politician. Everything he did it for Italy, and we can't find this in the politicians we've had for the past 50 years.
We are on the side of freedom, and indeed, we are on the side of a proud nation that is teaching the world what it means to fight for freedom.
Salvini used to wear Putin t-shirts and joked he would trade 2 Italian presidents for half of Putin. And Berlusconi has described Putin as a younger brother. He recently walked back comments that Putin's war was about putting, quote, good people in Kyiv, but he says he still wants to restore relations with Russia.
In terms of history, religion, culture, and lifestyle, Russia is absolutely a European state. I hope that the situation can change and that we can really create a Europe that would include all the truly European states.
This is something that she actually really believes in. This is, in a sense, an identity point of the party, which is actually quite firmly held.
But Meloni's domestic agenda is also firmly held, especially on immigration. She's called for a naval blockade against migrants and predicted a, quote, great replacement of native Italians.
I see unbelievable things happening on the border between United States and Mexico. And I think of our own Sicily. Thousands of migrants allowed to enter without permission, and in many instances engaging in crime.
And liberal activists worry about her eroding LGBTQ rights and access to abortion. In the European Parliament, Meloni chairs a right-wing group of 44 parties that includes Poland's ruling Law and Justice Party, which the EU has condemned for undermining the rule of law. It also includes Sweden, an anti-immigrant party created out of a neo-Nazi group that just became the country's second largest party.
You know, this is the family that she belongs to. These are the international relationships that she believes in. She's also very gung-ho about China.
But Italians have chosen change and will be led by the far right, and for the first time, a woman.
Every time fascists get together, everything goes to shit. Maybe that's why Steve Bannon was in Italy for a few months there. I wonder what he was doing. Helping the fascist government take over?
Meanwhile, Berlusconi, the 86-year-old wealthy former 4-time prime minister, was just reelected to parliament. So the guy who's about to play a key role in forming the majority government got a call from an old friend.
I have re-established relations with President Putin a bit, quite a bit.
His office confirmed to CNN that these clips are legit. The new prime minister of Italy, Giorgia Meloni, just officially named today, has promised to keep sending Ukraine weapons. But this next part of the audio makes it clear this wasn't a, hey, how you doing kind of chat between Berlusconi and Putin.
For my birthday, he sent me 20 bottles of vodka and a very sweet letter. I replied with bottles of Lambrusco and an equally sweet letter.
Sweet? An advisor to Ukrainian President Zelensky wrote in Italian on Twitter, quote, he must be under the influence of Russian vodka. Berlusconi's propensity to party and the scandals that ensued have marked his decades in power. By 2010, the phrase bunga bunga was used to describe his notorious sex parties. There were later convictions, including for tax fraud and bribery. One for paging an underage prostitute was later overturned.
They're going to fuck over Ukraine. They're going to use it the first chance they get. Berlusconi is no friend of Ukraine. You know who he is a friend of? Vladimir Putin.
On the tapes, Berlusconi appears to blame Ukraine for the invasion. In an interview with an Italian newspaper, Berlusconi said, quote, "I don't deny my past friendship with Vladimir Putin," unquote. That would be hard to do anyway, when he once named a bed after the guy and gave him bed sheets, which showed the two of them shaking hands. Can you imagine being one of the poor, besieged citizens of Ukraine? I guess for some, Putin's barbarism is nothing compared to his access to good vodka.
You know who the Republicans are friends with? Vladimir Putin. You know who the fascists vote for? Republicans. What the hell are we doing? We cannot allow fascists to take over in this world. It's already happening in Italy. Let's see. What happened last time a fascist government took over in Italy? Gosh, I can't seem to recall. Of course, it resulted in the Holocaust, and all of these current fascists can't seem to recall that either. They act as if it never happened. And the ones who agree that it happened say that it needs to happen again. Fuck these people. Fuck the Republicans. Vote Democratic, and let's never, ever, ever let an American Hitler rear his head again, even if it is fucking orange. Y'all take it easy. Happy Halloween. I'm Zachariah, Lone Star Liberal.
New Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni has been accused of spreading white supremacist ideas, which is crazy. We're now counting Italians as white? The Empire State. What? The Empire State.